What's up, everybody? This was a garage sale filled weekend. If you watched yesterday's video, I was out just a little bit at a few garage sales and picked up a bunch of Pokemon stuff. Today I was out for about 4 hours. There were so many sales in the area that I drove about 2 blocks and was chasing, a bunch of signs, then drove like another block and was chasing a bunch of signs. So I didn't do any filming while driving around because I didn't want to waste the time and possibly miss out on, finding something. There were a ton of people garage sailing. I think every sale I went to had about 10 people at the sale. But I found so many games. I didn't necessarily buy that many games. I did get a decent amount of stuff, but it was definitely more quality than quantity this week. But I found so many like 360 games and PS2 games and like a bunch of random accessories for video game stuff, but most of it at the sales was sort of junky. I'd say I maybe hit up about 60, 65 sales today, so there was a lot. The first one, not the first sale I went to, but the first pickup I got for $2 a piece, 3 complete greatest hits PS1 titles, Tekken, Tekken 2, and Legend of Dragoon. Both Tekkens are a little scratched up. I mean, nothing terrible. They look like they'll still play. But the Legend of Dragoon is actually in really nice shape. And like I said, they're all complete. So those were $2 a piece. Then the sale actually right after that on the same road had a bunch of DS games, mostly junky stuff. But they did have one copy of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. I sat and talked to them for a few minutes. Mainly about like, hey, do you have any more, like handheld games or Game Boy stuff? They didn't have the system anymore, but I think they had like seven or 8 games. That was the only one I was interested out of them. Then next was 3 N64 games, and they had sold the system, I guess, like 2 or 3 weeks ago at a garage sale, and then I guess happened to find games for it that they didn't sell back then. But it's Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, and Donkey Kong 64. All of them in fairly nice shape. I mean, little scratches and marks on the labels and stuff, but all pretty damn clean looking. That was $10 for the 3 of them, so $3 and change a piece. I'll save that for last. Technically, there's a really good stack of stuff that I got earlier in the day, but then a few other random items. For $5, I bought Halo 4. Halo 4 now is like under $20 used, so I wasn't really looking to, get a copy, but out of all the 360 things they had, there were like a Madden, an NBA, like 2K12 or something. This was the only one out of there that was interesting, and I currently don't have a copy like that's for sale or trade, anything at the flea market. So I went ahead and picked it up. And technically it is the newest, Halo game, so people still are interested in it, obviously. So that was $5. Then this was a really good find. This was actually at the same sale as this other item, so these were $10 a piece, and I mainly just, you can tell by the color of the cases, I was going to buy them probably regardless because they were Wii U titles. And these are the first Wii U titles that I have come across at a garage sale. So hopefully that's, a sign that maybe people are already giving up on it and going to, sell their stuff. But regardless, a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Assassin's Creed 3, and the best one, New Super Mario Bros. Wii U. So those were $10 a piece. And then for $5, a Game Boy Advance, just a 001 model, but in really nice shape. Screen's really good on it. And, this had no charger or anything, so that sale was $35 for that. I figured Assassin's Creed 3 is really cheap now. I want to say it's also around like $20 or something for a used copy, but obviously New Super Mario Bros. Is still $60 new. And then Black Ops 2, I want to say is like $25 pre-owned at GameStop, so I thought that was a pretty decent pickup. This next thing was actually free. I walked up and picked up this PSP, and ignore the silver buttons, I'll explain that in a second. Just a black 3000 model PSP, went to go see if it worked, turned it on, and the inner screen was cracked. The outer screen was fine, there was no scuffs or marks on it, as you can tell, but the inner screen was cracked. I went and showed it to the people at the sale. They didn't even know it. And they said, oh, that sucks, okay. And they basically grabbed it from me, and they said, I guess we'll just chuck it. And I was like, no, 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 no. If you're not going to do anything with it, you're just going to throw it away, I'll take it. And they said, sure. So I've never really done any repairs on systems. I mean, I've done like the really basic stuff. I've opened up systems, cleaned them out. I've fixed some audio problems in the past on like Game Boy Colors and stuff. Really simple things, but I've never like, Frankenstein systems together, taking pieces from another one. It's just, I'm not, I guess, that tech savvy or that into it. But I said, you know what? I have a silver PSP at home with no battery, really shitty front cover to it, no battery cover on the back, and I have no idea if it even works. So I took about 2 hours, and I opened up both of them, and I put, as you can see here, it's the silver system. The silver system actually did work. It played games. The screen, or the front cover on that one was all screwed up, but the screen inside was fine. So I took the black faceplate, put it onto the silver, then what else did I do? Oh, it didn't have a battery cover, sorry. It didn't have a battery cover, so I had to put the black battery cover on. I kind of wish I had a silver battery cover for it, because then it would be solid black on the front, but silver on the back. And then the silver buttons show through. So it's kind of cool looking, and it works, and plays just fine. And I actually had to take it apart and put it back together like 3 times, because I was having trouble with the on and off button. It's about 5 little separate pieces, and it was sort of sliding and not staying in place, so the little connector wasn't touching. It has like a little panel that slides back and forth on to, tell it that it's on, or you're shutting it off, or you're putting it on hold, or whatever. So, yeah, I kind of surprised myself. I blew myself away that I was actually able to take apart a more complicated system, not just a Game Boy or a Super Nintendo, put it back together, and actually have it work. And this came with a memory card. It's just a 1 gig memory card inside, and like I said, it had a battery, so there's no way I was just going to pass up a memory card and a battery for it, if it was going to get thrown in the garbage. So I'm kind of proud of myself. That's cool. I have a working PSP. So the last 2 pickups I'm going to show you were not the last 2 of the day, but they were definitely the best out of the day. This one sale now has paid off 3 times in a row for me. They are, I've mentioned them in the past, they're resellers of a lot of things, bikes and baby toys, and a lot of video games and movies. I think the very first time I ever went to their sale, I had it on video, and I made some comment about coming up on like 80 bikes. I was like, oh my god, that's a crazy amount of bikes for a garage sale. But I always find some games there. They're not the cheapest prices, like in just general, like if you went up to their sale, every game they have is like $7, I think. And, most of it is stuff that's not really worth $7, but I've always been able to find about 3 to 5, hidden gems in there that are, well worth $7. And if I buy like 3 or 4 things, he normally knocks a couple bucks off to more, make them around like $5. But they're not the most friendly people. You sort of kind of have to ask really nicely, and don't make any like comments about condition or scratches, because they'll immediately just go, screw you, it's what it is, if you want it, buy it, blah blah blah. So I've learned my lesson there now. I just say how much, and then I say how much have I bought this many, and then go with what they say, because I know at the very most it'll be $7 a piece. But this is probably the best pickup I've had there. Last time I got Diablo on the PlayStation for like $5, like a Yoshi's Island, or Yoshi's Story, I don't remember which one it was. The time before that I got a couple good, I got Eternal Darkness on the GameCube, so I've always found some good games. This time I got Super Mario World, which the very first time I went to their sale, I also got a Super Mario World. Super Mario All-Stars. And then these 2 are pretty damn crazy. One of them's really funny, because I actually just fucking bought it, like, this week, for myself. That would be Shadowrun on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, I paid $33 for my copy, and this was $5. And my copy isn't even here yet. I bought it online, so I have a feeling that this one actually might be in better condition than the copy I bought. We'll have to see when it gets here. And then this last one was the best out of all of them. A box copy of Link to the Past on Super Nintendo in like retarded shape. Really, really good condition, and it was complete. Now, I don't know where, like I mentioned this the last time I was at their sale, I don't know where they get their game stuff from, but every time there is new stock. It's definitely like a family thing. I mean, there's about 7 or 8 people at this sale that are definitely like kind of running it. So I don't know if they just literally buy things from their family. It's, you know, it kind of seems like, I'm not trying to be, you know, stereotyping or anything like that, but it's definitely one of those cultures where the family is super huge and maybe they just, you know, have so many people in the family that they're constantly pulling in stuff. But for $5 for that, for the box copy, and then $5 each for those, so that was $20 at that sale. So every time, and they're really close by my house. It's only like a mile away, mile and a half. So every time I ever see they have a garage sale, like they'll normally do it for like a Friday or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll try to go, you know, there is even if it's really, really late in the day, because they normally do it to like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I'll go there and be like, hey, you got your games out, and they have so much stuff. It always seems to take forever for them to put it out. So I've actually kind of gone to their house and then come back later in the day just to see, hey, did you get to those video games yet? And they haven't put them out yet. And I'll go back and be like, hey, did you get the damn games yet? Let me see your damn games. So yeah, that was probably my favorite pickup in a long time, just for the condition of that Zelda and the fact they were $5 a piece, and the fact that I just fucking bought Shadowrun for myself. Now this last one is the non-video game related item, but I couldn't pass it up. I bought an iPad, and I paid $20 for it. Now, it is the oldest model iPad. It has a few light scratches on the screen. There's actually some fingerprints on it right now. You can see I'm watching a Retro Liberty video, their newest video. So hi Aaron and Ricky. And there's a few dings on like the corners, but nothing terrible. It works fine. Doesn't have a charger, but that's not a big deal. I don't even recognize like iPads or iPhones or anything at garage sales. I'm looking for video games. I'm not a download kind of guy. I don't do downloadable games, so I normally just don't even pay attention. And when I first saw this, I thought it was the first thing that came to my mind was like one of those picture screen, or like you can upload your own pictures to it, and it's like an animated picture frame. And then I realized, no, it's an iPad. So for $20, I got this, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I kind of at first thought that, you know, oh, I'll sell it. I mean, I want to say that they're still around like $150 to $200 even for the first model iPad. Now, granted, in this condition, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe like more around the $100 to $140 mark. But I've kind of had fun just screwing around with it. I don't own an iPad. I own my iPod that I'm filming on right now, and that's like the whole reason why I even bought an iPod, was to just do videos and be able to check Wi-Fi every once in a while, like while I'm on tour. But I mentioned to Aaron, Josh, and Kenneth that I picked up an iPad, and Josh and Kenneth are, you know, absolutely are like, oh, I want it, I'll trade you something for it. So we'll see if that happens. And that leads me into tomorrow. I'll be at the flea market. I'm going to be filming a new episode 53, I believe, of Video Game Sellers. So that should be pretty cool. As always, thumbs up this video if you don't mind. It helps, and I'll just keep doing this motion till the end of the video. It's like I'm milking a cow or something. But thank you for watching, and as always, have a wonderful weekend. Let me know down below. Don't give me thumbs down. I'm just saying, let me know down below if you picked up anything cool at the garage sales this weekend. Now I'm just jacking off. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Peace.